It's back to the drawing board as bids for the second phase of the Gering downtown Civic Plaza come in significantly over budget. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, the next phase of construction at the Gering downtown Civic Plaza are on hold after the two bids received for the second phase of the project come in more than $200,000 over budget. Gering City Planner Annie Folk says project bids were significantly higher than the $730,000 estimate, with Anderson Shaw and Paul Reed Construction each coming in around the $950,000 to $975,000 range. At this point, the city will be going back and looking at the estimates and making sure there are no errors in the bids, but she thinks ultimately they'll have to go back to the project to see if they can strip anything out of Phase 2 or push it back to a later phase to bring costs in line. Folk says nearly everything included in their project came in at a higher bid than expected.
As we looked at it, it was kind of across the board. The building, the bathroom building, was going to be higher than what was quite a bit higher than what was estimated. The site work and the retaining walls and the terracing and everything was going to be higher than the estimate. The lighting was one that came in significantly higher than the estimate. And so, you know, there isn't just one certain thing that we can look at. It's kind of across the board. So
she says in the coming weeks, they'll reassess the full scope of the project, make adjustments, and hopefully pitch the new recommendation to the council during the February 11th council meeting. Well, there are new online efforts underway for the public to show their support of the Riverside Discovery Center in Scottsbluff. New board president Jordan Colwell says a petition drive to show support of the zoo is underway at the site change.org. Also, a GoFundMe page has been set up where people can make donations towards the zoo's operation costs. Colwell says 45,000 visitors flocked to the zoo last year, which he says makes it one of the many amenities of the community important to all ages. Scottsbluff City Council members were mentioning the zoo during a discussion on city contracts, and Colwell wants to ensure that the council sees how the public supports the facility.
I think the overall goal here is we're not trying to be malicious, and we're not trying to do anything that would be disrespectful, but the fact is that we need to let the council members know that there is local support, not only by a petition drive, but we also need financial support.
Colwell says the RDC board is working on a number of foundation grants to help bolster the zoo's $700,000 operating budget, but foundation officials like to see cities and their residents buy in financially as part of the deal. Scottsbluff provides $350,000 for the zoo every year under a contract that ends in September of 2020. And the Nebraska State Patrol says 2 people were sent to the hospital following a 2-vehicle accident at the intersection of County Roads 37 and R on the Scottsbluff-Morrill County line Wednesday afternoon. Investigators say an eastbound silver pickup driven by 42-year-old Kelly Strickler of Minutair failed to yield the right-of-way and struck the northbound white pickup driven by 64-year-old Laverne Meyer of Bayard. Meyer was taken from the scene by ambulance, while Strickler was transported to the hospital by a private vehicle. Extent of injuries and conditions of the drivers were not available as of broadcast time. The NSP says both vehicles suffered heavy front end damage. Well, coming up after the break, the region received a nice blanket of snowfall overnight. Is there any more snow in our forecast? The Boyers got you covered right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, we understand that you have a busy life, and that means you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking with features such as iPay, recurring transfers, and mobile deposit. So you can bank how you want, when you want to. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
Have you heard the exciting news? Western Nebraska Regional Airport will be offering flights with United Airlines operated by SkyWest beginning January 30th, 2018. What's even better? You'll get to earn and use your United points. Reservations with United are now available, plus all United miles can be earned and redeemed with all flights. While you're at Western Nebraska Regional Airport, grab a bite to eat at the Flight Deck restaurant, plus Hearst Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. So make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Pool together all your money with a friend and invest in 2 Arby's French dip and Swiss sandwiches for just $6. It's the perfect get-rich-quick on sandwiches scenario. Arby's, we have the meats.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
We're going to be dealing with clear to partly cloudy skies tonight. Temps falling down into the teens. It's going to be another chilly one out there. But things are looking less windy. Skies will be clearing. It's going to be breezy tomorrow. Enjoy the breezy weather because it's going to get windy this weekend. That's a step up from breezy. Much colder conditions coming for Monday and the start of next week. Let's take a look at yesterday. Just 38 after a morning low of 10 degrees. We ended up with another couple hundredths in the rain gauge. 28 hundredths now for the month and year. Let's take a look at the last couple of weeks. Well, we started the whole month, remember, above normal to well above normal for temperatures. That changed on the 15th, and then we've been up and down since then and on a streak of some cooler temperatures that are going to continue for another day or two before we start to moderate a little bit, I think, for this weekend, and then cooling back down and much cooler next week. Look at this large dome of cold air here for the next 6 to 10 days setting in to our north and east. We're still going to be dealing with our area some cool conditions, cooler than normal, but slight chances of that versus nearly likely off to our east. Precip looks dry too, so we're going to be a cool and dry here across our region. Better chances that will be colder than normal, better chances that will be drier than normal as we go through the next 6 to 10 days as we head out beyond that. And this is still the area that we're looking for a potential significant wind event. May see some gusts to 50 to 60 plus miles an hour in this area as we go through the weekend. We're going to be dealing with some fairly healthy winds out there, unfortunately. Take a look at temperatures right now. 3 below in Sioux Falls. It's 8 below up in Watertown. That's that cold air dome that's setting in there. Moderating temps in the 20s across our area. Colder out in the high country where we've fallen into the teens as well. Teens and 20s across our region. Cheyenne at 22, Wheatland at 24. Those are some of the warmest readings. Mullen at 20, 13 in Valentine, 15 up in Gordon. Winds coming out of the west, southwest, under 5 miles an hour for the most part. So we don't have much to worry about in wind chills, but enough that it's dropping temps down into the single digits and teens across our region. Heading on the bus tomorrow, it looks like we're going to be partly cloudy as you head to school. Bring you home partly cloudy as well and double the temperature. So 21 as you get on the bus, but about 42 on your way home. Let's take a look at Futurecast then. For tonight, we're going to be dealing with some winds in the high country. Otherwise, we're going to deal with partly cloudy skies across our region. Not bad. Some breezes are going to pick up as we get towards sunrise tomorrow. Temperatures are going to be really comfortable here across the area tonight. Teens to near 20 degrees for lows. Colder up around Valentine where that colder air is just off to the north and east. Futurecast for tomorrow then brings some winds, stronger winds through the mid portions of the day tomorrow. Clouds will be on the increase. A little snow there to our northeast. Notice this system trying to push a little bit of snow in portions of Cherry County. Enough snow shower activity. We could see a little bit of accumulation in that area as well. Temperatures tomorrow going to warm into the 40s. 30 around Valentine though, so colder up in that area. 33 in Lusk. 45 in Ogallala, one of the warmest readings on our map. Let's take a look at snowfall totals as we add them up over the next 48 hours or so. Maybe an inch or two up around Gordon over towards Valentine. Otherwise, everybody else likely to not get much in the way of snowfall out of any system here today and tomorrow. 15 with some passing clouds tonight. Winds slack off to 10 to 20. They're back up tomorrow at 15 to 25 with 44 for a high. And that's just the start of winds to come. Our 7-day forecast brings us windy conditions Saturday. Look at Sunday. We could be into the 50s. We're going to struggle on Monday to get to 30, I think. Much colder air behind that frontal system, and we're going to fall back down below normal for temperatures in the 30s all the way through Wednesday of next week, with some periods of breeze to windy conditions at times.
You never know when you'll need an extra French dip in Swiss. It could get lost in the car or eaten by a confused stranger. Stuff happens to sandwiches. That's why Arby's made you 2 French dip and Swiss sandwiches for just $6. For only $6, you'll always have a spare French dip and Swiss until you eat it. You'll never have to be afraid. Arby's, we have the meats.
What are you waiting for? A 6-year limited powertrain warranty? Savings on performance-matched implements? 0% APR financing for up to 5 years? Head down to your local Kubota dealer before September 30th and take advantage of this incredible offer on the BX Series, America's best-selling subcompact tractor. Kubota, this is what we do.
Come into Sandberg Implement, your local Kubota dealer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes high-performance lubricants and fuel improvers. We've been helping customers improve their operations for over 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and cut out the middleman and offer excellent service and value. Our products last longer and work better so that you spend less time maintaining equipment and more time making money. Whether you're in a factory, farm, fleet, or food processing facility, Hydrotex can help you. Visit hydrotexoil.com or call 308-635-8162. Welcome back. The West Nebraska Arts Center in Scottsbluff has been awarded a $4,000 grant from the Oregon Trail Community Foundation to purchase new sound systems for both the main gallery and the Bronson Gallery. WNAC Executive Director Michelle Denon says music is an integral part of the atmosphere in the galleries and sets the tone for viewing and enjoying artwork. She says the previous sound systems were very outdated, and one in the Bronson Gallery even had an 8-track in it. She adds that this grant will help them further enhance the overall experience of art shows, classes, and fundraisers for years to come. Well, Eastern Wyoming College will hold a groundbreaking ceremony for the new Agricultural Technology Education Center next Thursday afternoon on the EWC North Campus. The ATech building will be the dedicated home for EWC's agriculture programs with state-of-the-art lab and facilities designed to drive workforce and innovation and harness the future of precision agriculture. Funding for the $7.9 million facility began with $3.3 million in general obligation bonds supported by Goshen County voters back in November of 2014. A reception will be held in the Smith Commons in the CTech building immediately after next Thursday's groundbreaking ceremony. The public is encouraged to attend these events. And Nebraska's new Secretary of State is looking to replace outdated voting equipment with new machines in all 93 counties. Secretary of State Bob Evnen says that the current vote counting machines are still accurate and secure, but replacement parts to fix them have become scarce and better equipment is now available. The Secretary of State's office requested funding for the machines in a budget proposal to Governor Pete Ricketts, who in turn recommended it to the legislature earlier this month. Well, straight ahead, Chris Cottrell has big news coming out of Bearcat football camp. He'll be back at the sports desk right after this.
Being an Allo customer just got even better. 3 times better, in fact. We've tripled our standard internet speed from 100 to 300 megs at no additional cost to you. This isn't one of those limited time offers that will melt away either. 3 times the streaming, 3 times the gaming, 3 times the uploading, all for the same price. Why? Because we love our customers. Allo, no gimmicks, no limits, no kidding. And still no contracts.
One of the biggest events of the year. It's the 34th annual K&EB Farm and Ranch Expo, February 8th and 9th at the Scottsbluff County Fairgrounds in Mitchell. Show hours are 8 to 6 on Friday and 9 to 3 on Saturday. Free admission and free parking, and it all starts with a free breakfast on Friday morning from 8 till 10. For more information, including a complete list of vendors, log on to kneb.com. The 34th annual K&EB Farm and Ranch Expo in Mitchell, with your trusted voice in agriculture, K&EB.
With Viero's entertainment trifecta package, never miss the big play. Work on becoming the new and improved you, or invite friends to compete in the game. Get the power of free. Get 2 new lines of HD Plus and internet service, and we will give you Sling TV, an Air TV player, and a big screen TV, all for free. Get the entertainment trifecta package today. Viera Wireless, keeping you connected to the content you love.
Now, sports from the Western Hearing Clinic Sports Desk. Western Hearing Clinic, the Panhandle's choice for better hearing, helping you hear what matters most.
Got a big basketball weekend ahead here on KNEB.TV, but first today from the Sports Desk, one of the state's best picks his college destination. Now, I definitely noticed Keegan Reifschneider missing from the Boo Crew in the student section at the Scottsbluff Abe Lincoln basketball game last Friday. There's a good reason for that absence. He was out of town putting the final touches on his commitment to play football at Chadron State College.
The welcoming from the coaches and players, the facilities, all of the above, it just felt right, and so I just made the decision right away.
Reifschneider turned into a total menace for opponents this past season for the Bearcats on both sides of the ball, a big play receiver and top-notch defensive back, both in the pass game and run game. He put in a lot of work last offseason to become an all-state caliber talent who's now set to play college football.
I credit a lot of it to my trainer, Isaac Kolcher. He put me through a lot of stuff, whether it was through the winter off-season or summer. My friends, family, my friends being more moral support and just trying to keep me going and stuff like that. More so Ty Core, he's a good guy, and yeah, but mainly Isaac Kolcher. He does a lot and made my numbers jump up, made my speed, my footwork, all the above. It just he helped out a lot.
So what side of the ball will he be as an Eagle?
Well, Coach Jers, he wanted me to play DB, and then Coach Masters, he wanted me to play wide receiver, especially after the 2 summer camps we went to as a team. But I chose to play slot, so I'll be playing on the offensive side of the ball.
Recently retired Scottsbluff head coach Joe Benson had a lot of talent on hand for his final season, and he loves the choice of Chadron State for Reifschneider, saying they've been on him for a couple of years now.
Well, he's versatile. A lot of the things people didn't even see. He obviously he's a great receiver, great defensive back, very physical, great at anticipating the ball. That's why he had so many interceptions. The thing a lot of people don't understand, if he would have had to, he could have kicked for us, punted for us, could have played quarterback, could have held, he could have done a lot of things. When you've got a guy like that, you've got something.
Great memories for Reifschneider over his career, but especially some of the things the Bearcats accomplished a few months back.
For a single moment, I'd probably put the run call of the game, because just coming, like, personally, the adversity I had to go through with my hand and my injury, players had to make plays, like Coach Hall said during that game, and I feel like I made a couple plays. And then for the long term, I feel like just coming up from sophomore year and trying to make it to the state championship game, I think the journey was probably the most fun with the guys and the coaches.
The official signing will take place on February 6th after school over at Scottsbluff. A team captain, he's tough, he's a playmaker, just a big-time player, and he's headed to Chadron State College. Mentioned the basketball coverage this weekend here at the station. TV radio combo tomorrow with Gering at Alliance with Jeff Kelly. I'll be in Rapid City with Scottsbluff. Then on Saturday, it's Scottsbluff home for Stevens out of Rapid City. That'll be our TV radio combo games on Saturday afternoon. That's the latest today from right here at the Western Hearing Clinic Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell. Ryan Murphy coming back with a check on that community calendar right after this on KNEB.TV.
What are you waiting for? A 6-year limited powertrain warranty? Savings on performance-matched implements? 0% APR financing for up to 5 years. Head down to your local Kubota dealer before September 30th and take advantage of this incredible offer on the BX Series, America's best-selling subcompact tractor. Kubota, this is what we do.
Come into Sandberg Implement, your local Kubota dealer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
The Mixing Bowl in Gering, serving breakfast and lunch every day using Grandma Ruth's recipes for 5 years. Stop for lunch and try a Cali Turkey BLT or one of our gourmet burgers. Have a homemade cabbage burger or butterball soup on Thursdays, or try our weekend brunch and have cinnamon roll pancakes or the roasted duck Benedict. Stop by the Mixing Bowl on your way to work and grab a freshly baked muffin, Grebel, or Dana Kuga out of our bakery case and a specialty coffee made just for you. The Mixing Bowl, 1945 10th Street in Gering, bringing great food and great people together.
It's a friendly town, that's for sure. Not too big, not too small. Seems like everybody knows your name.
We stick together through thick and thin. That's the way it's always been, 'cause where we live is still our claim to fame.
We love this town, this grand old town. There's not another town like this around. We got it all right here in our own backyard. We love this town. We love this town. We love this town.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
It is never too early to start planning for retirement, and working with an experienced financial advisor can put you on the right path.
At Platte Valley Investment Center, our team of financial advisors will work with you every step of the way to maximize your retirement income.
Call me, Jody Rosiska, or Rick Morehouse, financial advisors, to set up your free, no-obligation consultation.
Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Life
well planned.
And finally tonight, we head on over to First State Bank in Scottsbluff to honor the community champion for the month of January. This month's community champion is Steve Morgheim, the co-founder of Skipper's Cupboard.
Steven serves countless hours to donate pet food to pet owners who are struggling to afford food for their animals. Basically, he's on call 24/7 and all his work is donated hours. He does not get paid for this service. From Becky Hale. She wanted you to be honored, and so we are honoring you as this month's community champion.
10 years ago, a friend was dealing with financial difficulties, and he told her to go to an agency for assistance.
And I said, well, what'd they say? And she said, well, they called back and said if I'd give my dog away, they could maybe help me. And I said, why'd they say that? And she said, well, they said if I had money to feed my dog, I had money to pay my bills.
From that moment on, he wanted to help people who needed a lifeline to keep their furry friends, so he and co-founder Becky Hale did something about it.
Kind of lit a fire under Becky and I. So we wrote a little book called The Soapbox Beagle about soapbox racing up at the monument back in the 40s, 30s and 40s. Made a little money off of that and put it in the Skipper's Cupboard and bought some dog food, and people told us we were crazy, and we said that's okay. And 128,000 pounds and 7,000 deliveries later, well, we service Kimball to Harrison and Fort Laramie to Ogallala.
He says over the past decade, he and Hale have helped countless families feed their dogs and cats, while pet owners are going through a difficult stretch in their lives.
Every time we answer the phone, it seems like we find a situation or a life crisis that, before I started this, was not even my realm of life. And so we give people the benefit of the doubt, and if they're humble enough to ask us, we assume that they're in need. And we've been very, very pleased to help.
Morgheim says they are entirely reliant on cash and pet food donations, and you can find more about their cause by going to www.skipperscupboard.org. He and Becky Hale have also helped out area dogs by building dog houses to donate to families that need a little extra help providing shelter for the dogs. Congratulations once again to Steve Morgheim, the First State Bank Community Champion for the month of January. And if you'd like to nominate someone who has made a positive impact in our community by going the extra mile, you can find nomination forms online at www.fsbcentral.com. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you here next time.